Good morning everyone. Welcome back to my channel Learning Circle. Today in this video, let's discuss complete provisional key answers for SSLC second model question 2025-26 published by our KSEAB for SSLC first language English NCERT subject code 15E for Govt.ADARSHA VIDYALAYAS in Karnataka. So please watch the video till the end to know the complete key answers with simple explanation. So without wasting time, let's begin today's lesson with the MCQs. First main MCQs, there are 6 questions given with 4 alternatives. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 6 questions ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 4 alternatives ಇರ್ತವೆ. First question, the on-duty physician was not able to do more than giving first aid. He advised that she be moved to a nearby hospital. Choose the infinitive in the text. So infinitive ಈ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿವ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿವ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಒನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟು ಡೂ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಟು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಒನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ infinitive ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. So the right answer is B, to do. She was the very queen of her kind. The figure of speech in the given line is, so she is directly compared to the queen here. So the right answer is metaphor. The girl looked at her friend in disbelief. The girl looked at her friend in disbelief. The appropriate preposition to be filled in the blank is, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಪ್ರಿಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. at, for, into, over. The right preposition to be filled is at. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ looked at her friend ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು some person ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ I have to take at. Suma, come, I'll drop you. Come, I'll drop you. I am going that way. The language function, ಈ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಯು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್. ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿ, ಆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್. ಆಲ್ ನೈಟ್ ದ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ದ ಸೂಟಬಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಆಡೆಡ್ ಈಸ್, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ದ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು V1 ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. V1 ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಡೂ plus verb 1 form anta. Okay, so the right answer is negative form of do, don't they is the right answer. Because why they? Because the roots ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ವರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. That's why you have to take don't they. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me. Languid. The meaning of the underlined word is relax. The right answer is B, relax. So now let's move on towards the analogy questions. There are 4 analogy questions are there in this question paper. First one, shrink, shrunk. Shrink V1 form, shrunk V3 form. Shrink, shrank, shrunk. So same thing. Awake, awoke. Here V3 form is awaken. Admire, admiration. So admire verb form, admiration verb becomes noun after adding tion suffix to the base word admire. Okay, so here transcribe is a verb. We have to make it noun form as transcription. So the noun form of transcribe is transcription. Noisy, noisily. Here noisy adjective. Okay, noisily adverb and fast adjective, and the same thing very special here is fast itself is an adverb form of adjective fast. Notes, bundle. Here collective noun form of notes are bundle. Collective noun form of ships are fleet. The right answer is fleet. So let's move on. Change the voice of the sentence. Voice means active voice, passive voice. Everybody respects sincerity. This statement is in active voice. Okay. You have to change it in passive voice. So we have to interchange subject and object first to change active voice into passive voice. Here, object is sincerity. Make it as subject sincerity is respected. Is because this statement is in uh, simple present form. That's why sincerity takes is verb, helping verb, and V3 form of respect is respected by everybody. So the right answer is sincerity is respected by everybody. Frame a question to get underlined words as the answer. I learned Vedic science from my guru. So you can frame question like this. What did Vedic science is a thing which I have learned. Okay. What did I bar you learn from my bar your guru? You can ask like this. What did I learn from my guru? Or what did you learn from your guru? Both are right. Change into superlative degree. So you have to change into superlative degree. The temples at Hampi are more magnificent than many other temples. This statement is in comparative degree. You have to make it in superlative degree. The temples of Hampi are one of the most magnificent than many other temples. Answer the following questions in a sentence. You have to write all these questions in a sentence meaningfully. When is the second sprout period of tea in Assam? So very important word are May to July. You have to write in sentence like the second sprouting period of tea in Assam lasts from May to July. How can one overcome their doubts to confirm its bear as in how to tell wild animals? If an animal gives us one more hug or caress, then definitely it's a bear. When do the fog moves on? After looking over the harbor and city, the fog moves on silently on haunches. Why would Anil show a touch of sadness when the theft is discovered? So the right answer is Anil would show a touch of sadness when the theft is discovered, not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. What was the promise made by the young lady to her husband in a question of trust? Before they left for London, she promised her husband to take her jewels to her bank, but she left them in the safe. Why did Griffin board a train to Iping? Griffin boarded a train to Iping to get away from crowded London. Earthlings have reached a high level of civilization. How? Think tank said that Earthlings have taught their domesticated animals music, culture, and space techniques. Answer the following questions in 2 or 3 sentences each. Here, very important, you have to write at least 2 or 3 sentences to meaningfully. Why was Lencho not surprised to find a letter for him with money in it? So Lencho was not surprised to find a letter for him with money in it because he believed that God will help him. One sentence. He had firm faith in God. So second sentence. You have to write at least 2 meaningful sentences. Natalia stated Squeezer is 100 times better than Guess. How did she justify? Natalia stated Squeezer is younger than Guess. First point. Okay. Natalia defends saying that the Squeezer is one of the best, finest pedigree. Second sentence. She tells Squeezer is a thoroughbred animal. Okay. So you have to write at least 2 meaningful sentences here. Next, how does the poet suggest to identify the lion and the tiger? How to tell wild animals? You have to write at least 2 to 3 sentences here. The Asian lion has a large body and a brownish yellow color. It roars loudly when it attacks its prey. And the Bengal tiger has black stripes on the yellow background of its body. It silently attacks its prey. The poet suggests the most dangerous way to identify the wild animals. You have to write at least 2 to 3 sentences meaningfully. How does Tricky when Harriet came to pick up for his discharge. Before reaching his hospital, Tricky was refused to eat food, even his favorite dishes. He had bouts of vomiting. He spent all time lying on the rugs and panting. He was lazy and not ready to go for walks. So you have to write at least 2 to 3 sentences meaningfully. Possible did not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler had ever read. Why? Because Possible was a sloppy man with a word accent. He spoke French and German with a great difficulty. As a spy, got messages passed secretly to him by beautiful girls, but Possible had only a routine telephone call making an appointment. This makes him that possible is not to be a secret agent. Write about the hobbies of Ebright. Write at least 2 to 3 sentences. Ebright collected different kinds of butterflies. Next, he also collected fossils, rocks, coins, also, and also he watched stars sometimes all night. So here 3 sentences are there meaningfully. Okay, how did Ma'am Loisel arranged finance to replace the diamond necklace? How did they rearrange it? Okay, Matilda Loisel, her husband, decided to replace the necklace and searched for similar necklace everywhere. Later, they found in a shop and necklace cost 40,000 francs, but they bargained it to for 36,000 francs. Her husband gave her 18,000 francs and he had took a loan of the remaining amount 18,000 francs and purchased a diamond necklace. Finally, Matilda returned the necklace to her friend. You can write, choose questions also. Describe the groom, Vishambarnath. Vishambarnath was a well-to-do grocer. First point, a big shop. He has a big shop and he has an own house. He had several thousands in his bank. For he was 45 or 50 years old man and also lame. So you have to write at least 2 to 3 sentences meaning. Rewrite as directed. Change the following sentence into reported speech. Reported means indirect speech. Rajveer, hey Pranjul, I am boarding Indigo Airlines to Goa tomorrow. This statement is in direct speech. You have to write it in indirect speech. Rajveer exclaimed with. So this is an exclamatory sentence. That's why we have used exclaimed with. Pranjul that he was boarding Indigo Airlines to Goa the next day. Change the given simple sentence into compound and complex sentences. Okay. So, in spite of his richness, he is unhappy. This statement is in simple sentence. If you want to make it compound sentence, you have to add coordinating conjunction like fanboys. Fanboys means for and yet etc. Okay. So he is rich, but or yet he is unhappy. Write the full stop at the end. Okay. Next, complex sentence. Complex sentence we have to use subordinating conjunction like although, though, even though, etc. Okay. Complex sentence. Though he is rich, comma, he is unhappy. Combine the sentences using as soon as, no sooner than. He heard the news of his success. He informed his father immediately. In this, here there are 2 separate sentences. We have to add these 2 sentences and we have to make a single meaningful sentences by using as soon as and another sentence no sooner than. Okay, first one, as soon as he heard the news of his success, comma, take another statement, he informed his father immediately, full stop at the end. Okay, next up, no sooner did he hear the news, here heard is there, we have to make it after date we have to use for one form. No sooner did he hear the news of his success than he informed his father immediately. Let's move to the next types of questions. Answer the following questions in 5 to 6 sentences meaningfully. Okay, is how does the young seagull conquer his fear? So pause the video and try to read the answers. So you have to write at least 5 to 6 meaningful sentences like this. Okay. Next. Or you can write this option question also. Write a brief note on the origin of Kurk people. You can pause the video and read the answers. You have to write at least 5 to 6 meaningful sentences. Next, what happened when Maxwell took Miss Will to the bathroom? What did he do 2 days after that? So you have to read these answers and pause the video and try to make it note of your own. How did Buddha make Kisa Gautami to realize the universal nature of death? So this is also very important and easiest question. You have to write at least 5 to 6 sentences meaningfully like this. You can pause the video and read the answers carefully. A little thing touches a larger one. Justify the quotation by Robert Frost relevant to the poem Dust of Snow. So this is also very important and easiest question to write answer. So you can write a short summary of the poem Dust of Snow easily like this. Okay. You have to pause the video and read the answers carefully. And you have to write at least 7 to 8 sentences meaningfully. Explain the losing of the ball by the boy in contrast to the learning of laws. So this is also you have taken from the poem, the ball poem. You have to write short summary of this poem meaningfully like this. Okay, you can pause the video and watch it carefully, read it carefully, try to make your own note. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Describe Mr. and Ma'am Loisel's company miserable 10 years to restore the debt. So you can pause the video and try to read the answers properly. You have to write at least 5 to 6 sentences meaningfully like this. Okay? And take down the notes also if it possible. Next, explain with reference to the context. Very important types of annotation questions. Okay. I was starting to feel frightened again. So you have to write these types of questions like this. ಈ ತರ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಮೂರು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಲೆಸನ್ ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿರೋರು ಯಾರು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ and comment ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು 3 to 5 lines okay like this you can pause the video and read the answers properly okay let's move to the next question I get along pretty well with all my teachers this statement is from the diary of Anne Frank written by Anne Frank Anne Frank told to the reader okay so you have to write like this. You can pause the video and read the answers. My head is full of whispers which tomorrow will be silent. This line is taken from the poem Trees written by Adrian Rees, poetess to the readers. And when did it was said? I have to read this carefully. While writing answer, you have to write meaningful sentences like this. Okay. Now, may love me for myself alone and not for yellow hair, not my yellow hair. Okay, this line was taken from the poem For Anne Gregory, poet written by William Butler Yeats. Young woman told this line to the young man. Okay, so you can pause the video and read the answers carefully and try to write the answers like this. Quote from the memory, very simple poem. You can write first poem or you can write Amanda poem also. Now, answer the following questions in 7 to 8 sentences each. So, 7 to 8 sentences answers ಅನ್ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ meaningfully ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay. Brief the inaugural speech of Nelson Mandela in the swearing ceremony on 10th May on South African soil. Okay, you have to write at least 7 to 8 sentences meaningfully like this. Okay, you can pause the video and read the answers if you wish. Okay, you can take screenshots also. You have to write answers like this, 7 to 8 lines. Okay, you can write a choice question also. Explain the details of Wally's return journey in the bus. Try to write the answer for this question. Okay, how does traditional Goan village baker still have an important place in the society? So you can write answers like this. Pause the video and read the answers. Okay, let's write at least 7 to 8 sentences meaningfully. Or you can write the answers for this question also. Briefly introduce Anne's family. Okay, try to write the answer for this question. Next question. Contrast the life of a tiger in the zoo with that in the natural habitat. Okay, let's write the summary of this poem. Try to write meaningful sentences like this, at least 8 to 10 meaningful sentences. Okay, you can pause the video and read the answers and try to take screenshots also. Or you can write the answers for this question also. How did Custard the dragon prove his courage, bravery in the tale of Custard the dragon? Also, okay. Now try to read the following passage. Passage is given here. Read the passage carefully and try to answer like this. Okay, at least 2 to 3 sentences meaningfully. Okay, like this. Next, write an essay of about 18 to 20 sentences on any one of the following. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು 8 to 20 ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ 2 marks, sequence 2 marks, language 2 marks. Totally 5 marks will be given. Okay, next move on to the letter writing. So format ಗೆ 2 marks ಇರುತ್ತೆ and matter ಗೆ 2 marks ಇರುತ್ತೆ and language ಗೆ 2 marks ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಲೆಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಎರಡು ಲೆಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸುಮಾ ಆರ್ ಸಮರ್ಥ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 10 ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಟ್ ಚಾಮರಾಜಪೇಟ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. Write a letter to the manager KMF Mother Dairy Yelahanka seeking permission to visit the dairy to know more about milk product. Okay, you can follow this format. ಇದನ್ನ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಕ್ವಶನಿಗೆ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಲೆಟರ್ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರಜನಿ ರಣಜಿತ್ ರೆಸಿಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ 102 Prestige Towers, Shantiniketan, Mysore. Write a letter to your father requesting him to attend the parent-teacher meeting. Mention the date and time and purpose of meeting. This is personal letter or informal letter. The format should be like this. ಇದನ್ನು ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಲೆಟರ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ನ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಲೆಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ವಾಚ್ ದಿಸ್ 2 ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಲೆಟರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರಿಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಸನ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡಿಯರ್ SSLC children. Please compare all these questions with the blueprint published in the KSEAB website. Be sure that 99.99% of questions will be there on the basis of this blueprint only at your final exams. Wish you all the best. Thanks for watching the video. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram.